I want to say great God evening. Great God evening to y'all guys. Great God evening. Great God evening. I had to come out. I had to come out, y'all. And I had to share something with you. You guys, the kids are in there. They're cooking, making burgers, and they watching the Transformers, you know, the old one, the first one that came out. They're watching that. And so I said, well, let me come out here. I didn't want to, you know, be, you know, whatever. I just wanted some quiet so I can just really do this real quick with y'all. Anyways, guys, I pray y'all had a wonderful day today. But I wanted to come out and I wanted to share with you guys. I was watching the news. I was watching a live thing about, you know, Trump meeting Prince Williams and in Paris. And I've been hearing for a couple of days, seeing coming up about the Notre Dame Cathedral is reopening. I didn't pay no attention. I just was skipping past it, like, I don't want to hear that. So, but when I saw it and I saw that's where they were meeting at, and I stopped and I said to God, that's something significant. That means something. I said, this is not just any old thing. This means something, God. This situation, this meeting, this gathering is making a statement in the earth. It means something. And all of a sudden, I began to start praying in the spirit. I was feeling God, and I began to pray in the spirit, and the Lord told me to wait. So y'all wait. It's coming. He said, wait, I'm going to show you it. I'm going to show you it. I'm going to show you. Just wait for it. I'm going to show you. It is so now I know when I'm picking up that there's something, it is. And God told me to wait. He's going to show me. But today, you know, I wound up going into this building today. And as soon as I stepped my foot into the building, the Lord spoke to me immediately. And that was this morning. This evening is when, about an hour ago, I saw that, and the Lord spoke to me that He's going to show me. He said, just wait, I'm going to show you. But the Lord spoke to me. And then I wound up hearing two people, you know, saying something that ties to what He said to me. And I love this because my pastor, I'm seeing if this is my daughter. My pastor, no, this is not her. My pastor, oh no, that's my neighbor. My pastor, he says he loved to see, he said he pay attention to patterns. And so I saw a pattern today. I saw a pattern, right? On what God spoke to me, and I saw two patterns. I saw pattern. And recently, about a few weeks ago, God spoke to me and He gave me some specific instructions, right? Told me He want me to do this. I want you to go do this. And when you do this, I want you then to do these two things. So I did what He told me. I did what God told me. And so I'm expecting Him to, like, He says, because of you follow the instructions, you're just being here is making, you're making a big statement. And you don't have to say nothing. Just because you follow my instructions, did what I told you to do, you're making a big statement. So I'm like, okay. So like a couple of days later, after I done what God told me to do, He said, because you obey me, I'm going to reward you. Listen, y'all. God said, because you obey me, I'm going to reward you. Now listen, this is a message for the underdogs. This is a message for the underdog, the one you thought you was overlooked. They underestimated you. They said that you didn't qualify. They say all kind of this foolery about you, you know, because they don't know you, and because they don't know you, they just making up stuff as they go along, you know. They just making stuff up as they go along, right? They making stuff up as they go along. So I'm like, all right. Right? You're just saying, all right. And so the Lord was like, I'm going to reward you. I'm going to reward you because you obeyed me. But this is a message for the underdog. Let me get back because my neighbors distracted me. They was waving. And so he says, I said, the underdog, he said, because I heard God say to me, this was a couple of days before the Eagles played the Ravens. This is a couple of days before the Eagles played the Ravens. I was laying down and I was going to sleep one night, like a couple of days before the Eagles played the Ravens. Listen, y'all, I was going to sleep, and as I was falling asleep, I heard the Lord say to me, the underdogs are going to win. I want y'all to hear it. Is this a word for the underdog? The underdogs, you thought you was overlooked. They thought that they counted you out. They done said you ain't good enough. They said you weren't gonna make it. They, you this, you that, you whatever it is, right? But God said the underdogs are gonna win. I want you to hear. God said the underdog gonna win. So I didn't know what he was meaning, So I just took that, okay, God. So then I hear my children 2 days later say, hey, y'all know the Eagles beat the Ravens? I said, what? But when God spoke to me that the underdogs was going to win, a few years ago, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And the last time they won a Super Bowl was 20 years. 20 years. I had a man of God approach me in church. A man of God, me and this man of God, we was talking in church this Sunday, and we began to interact. And as we were talking, he says, this is 20 years. It was December the 1st, last Sunday. Excuse me, the man of God said to me, he said, it's 20 years since your husband's death. This month make 20 years. And he was sharing with me how he was at the funeral. And I was sharing with him how they had 2 funerals for my husband. They had one at our church, and then the military gave us one on the burial grounds. They have like a church or whatever there that they hold military services right there on the grounds. And it was beautiful. They sent my husband home like a general. I mean, they had they shot off the rifles, and they gave me, it was 7. I want to say it was 7. They gave me 7 of the shells. They gave me his flag. The way they folded, it was the 2 soldiers got together. They was in they dress up clothes, and it was beautiful. It was the most beautiful going home for my husband that the military done. My church did an awesome job as well. It was beautiful. And we were talking about that. But when the Lord said to me, the underdogs are gonna win. And 2 days later, I found out the Eagles. But when he spoke that to me about the underdogs was gonna win, my mind went back to some years ago when the Lord put in my spirit that the Eagles was gonna win the Super Bowl. Way before they went to the Super Bowl, a week before they went to the Super Bowl, I kept saying, they bringing it home, baby. They bringing it home, baby. They bringing it home. And I was sharing that. It's on my Facebook channel. The video, I might see if I can find it, and I'm going to repost it so that y'all can see that. And I was telling them that they was bringing it home because God put in my spirit that the Eagles was going to win. So this is a word for the underdogs. You's about to win. This time around, this season, they're not going to be able to count you out, y'all. The underdogs, you's about to win. You are about to rise to the occasion. God have anointed the underdogs to fulfill an assignment in such a time as this. That people are going to say, how did you get there? How did he get there? How did they do that? What? I just saw them do it. And how? Because God is about to put them on a platform that only way that it's going to be God. And things are about to play out in such a way that it's going to blow everybody's mind. There is such a shift that is taking place. My God, it's such a shift. It is such a shift. And see, I know, like I'm sitting here and going, God already let me know that this about to happen, and I'm looking, but I don't know how he gonna do it. I'm going, how you gonna? Okay, so I know, it's like you just show up. And God gonna do the rest. So underdogs, they might call you the underdog, but guess what? You's about to fly like the eagles. You about to soar. They underestimated you. See, the thing that they underestimated is the Spirit of God that's in your life. They underestimate who you are in the Spirit. They look at you and say, all that. Guess what? But they underestimating God in your life. So guess what? The underdog's about to win. I just want to let y'all know that. I just wanted to tell y'all that. There's so much more I wanted to tell y'all, but yo, we're going to say that for the next video. It's more stuff. It's just so much that God is doing, so many things that he's just transpiring in my life. Like he told me, he said, I said I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. And I said, okay, God, I'm going to do what I said. God's going to do, y'all, what he said he's going to do. His will be done. Listen, Lindas, you know, and homies too, you know, my brothers, and you know, and my sisters. So y'all get ready, because God is about to blow our minds. There's such a shifting and a moving. There's such a replacements, and he's going to remove this and put them there and put this. It's God, y'all. And I'm looking like, how I got great do this? Like, I'm like, listen, I remember when he gave me a dream about these YouTubers, known YouTubers. They're big influencers, right? They got big following. And God gave me a dream about them. And I was like interpreting the dream. I think the dream means this, that, and this, and this. And all of a sudden, like 4 days later, Holy Spirit said to me, did you interpret that dream right? He says. So, you know, I learned this. When the Holy Spirit asked me a question, I know nothing. I said, nope, I didn't interpret. I said, nope, I didn't interpret that dream right. And he said, you think the dream is about the people. He said, the dream is not about the people. The people in the dream are telling a story. And he said, so go look up each one of their names and then put it down like a story. I said, and when I read the story just gave a prophetic word what God is about to do. Isn't it awesome? Like the different ways on how God will show you stuff. So you don't get stuck in one way. You get stuck in well, if it don't do God, listen, I'm learning that. And there's nothing stagnated about God. You will always grow and learn. My God, I love him. I love him, y'all. So anyways, y'all have a good night. Know this. The underdog's about to win. You about to win. What side are you on? I'm on the winning side. Hey, what side? I love y'all. Y'all have a good night.